This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Happy middle of the week.
Right?
I spent today thinking it was Thursday.
Again?
I did. I don't know why.
Again?
I don't know. You know, I do know partly why is because usually the girlfriend takes the girls to church on Wednesday night, and she didn't go tonight.
Oh.
And so
it messed you up.
It threw me off.
But you spent most of the day believing it was Thursday. So that doesn't...
No. It was, I say most of the day. It was actually this evening. It wasn't until this evening.
Okay, so most of the day after work.
After work.
Yeah. Okay.
I was fine at work. Getting home, it was a little weird.
Ah.
Just a tad. But that's okay.
You went through time travel.
I wish.
Yeah. Well, you do.
Maybe
all the time.
Into the past.
All the time. Right now.
All right, I got it. Thank you. Okay.
So 2 men are facing prison time for allegedly smuggling buckets of KFC, coleslaw, and fries into New Zealand. Well, specifically into a city in New Zealand during the coronavirus lockdown.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling.
Chicken too tasty?
I had a feeling. New Zealand, Australia, that whole area.
It's all screwed up worse than us in a lot of ways.
I truly feel bad for those folks out there. There was a video I saw today of a family got arrested because they were at a cemetery. They were the only ones there.
But
they weren't bothering anyone.
But they were there.
They were at the cemetery saying goodbye to whatever loved one they had. And they were all arrested. Every single one of them.
Even the 2-year-old. I'm just
arrested.
So this arrest was made near the border of Auckland, Auckland, which is New Zealand's largest city.
Okay.
Residents there have been under a very strict lockdown for a month that even forbids restaurants from opening, including takeout.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah. This is quote, officers noticed a suspicious-looking vehicle traveling on a gravel road. Upon seeing the police car, the vehicle did a U-turn and sped off, trying to evade police.
You can't help but laugh at it. I mean...
The illegal chicken...
The illegal
KFC was discovered during a search of the car. Police also found $100,000 in cash.
That's some expensive chicken. If you think about, like around here, everybody complains, you're getting pulled over and you're going to have drugs, you're taking for drugs. These guys didn't have drugs. They had fried chicken, cold slaw.
Yep, and fries. Not potatoes, fries.
That's just so bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Oh, goodness gracious. The 2 men, ages 23 and 30, could face up to 6 months in prison and a fine of $4,000 for violating the COVID-19 Public Health Response Act. Police described the pair as gang associates.
Because, of course, you've heard of that notorious gang.
Chicken.
That runs around.
Selling KFC.
The Clucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they run around and they
The Klux Klan.
Hey, you looking to buy some fowl? I'm just saying.
I mean, it comes pretty close.
Of all the... This is okay. You realize too, just a thought, and it kind of dawned on me too. Now everybody remembers kind of back in medieval times, the kinds that you see the movies and stuff all the time. People being arrested and put in stocks for all kinds of junk. We're there.
Yep.
Gang associated men carrying KFC chicken.
Yep. They're definitely part of the KFKK.
that underground ring that just goes around and
Kentucky Fried
gets rid
Cluck's
of
crew.
the Cluck crew. Yeah,
The Kentucky Fried Cluck crew.
Cluck clue.
Cluck crew.
There you go.
There we go. I'm sorry. It's hard to say. So
Say it 5 times fast.
no. Oh, yeah.
That's so.
It says that they would face charges for violating the public health order and could face additional charges as well.
Of course they are.
According to One News, which is New Zealand, their news source there, 86 people in Auckland have been charged with a total of 90 offenses related to the health order.
Jeez.
In one case, a man was arrested for crossing the border in order to buy McDonald's.
McDonald's, you say?
Yeah, it was also posted on TikTok.
Oh, was it now?
Quote, I got heaps of McDonald's for my family and friends. It had been forever since I last went there. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern issued a lockdown in August when 10 cases of coronavirus were discovered in Auckland. The restrictions have been eased since the 7-day average of the new cases fell to 18 from a spike of 66.
Only
33% of eligible New Zealanders are fully vaccinated, while 71% have received at least one shot.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy.
That's just...
And that leaves 2% that haven't gotten a shot at all. 2% of the people in New Zealand haven't gotten the shot.
But hey, 2%. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot, right?
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
I mean, when you think about it,
It could be a lot.
tons.
Could be.
It's horrible.
Sweatimus Prime over there on the Twitters at Dylan Lyles right now. Hey, talking about you pulling your hair back all constant.
Well, it's because I haven't put it up in a ponytail and I don't have a hat on.
Well, I mean, hey,
Shut up. Fine. Are you happy?
I was wondering if it was going to go like
There. Are you happy now? Dear God,
I was wondering if it was going to go full shimp or not. So
This is the day I could do that.
I know you could.
There. Are you happy now? Jesus.
The girlfriend doesn't like it, but what else?
The shimp? No, she hates it. She hates it.
Yeah.
As in with a passion.
Nights You Say Neo from the YouTubes. Who knew the Colonel was such a badass?
I know, right? I that's just incredible to me. I got chicken. You know what? And for the extra, you get dark meat
And fries.
That's what the $100,000 is for.
It's the dark meat.
Please make sure it's dark meat.
Also original recipe. That extra crispy stuff just it's too crunchy.
It's not. We're not cutting it.
Yeah,
it's just not working.
I need that grease.
Yes. Please giveth unto me the grease.
Right? Adam W. Johnson asking us, that's not very many cases. How many coronaviruses are in a case?
6. Everybody knows that. It's 6.
It's a 6-pack, always.
Well,
Actually,
no,
no.
no.
It's a 6-pack. It's 24 to case.
Yeah, it's 24 in a case.
It's a 24
I
case.
started to correct myself too. I was like, oh, wait, no,
it's
it's
a 24 case. Always.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, you can get like the 12 canner, but it just doesn't.
Unless it's PBR. And then you get that 99 family one, which is funny because it's it says family size.
It's a family pack.
What family is drinking PBR?
I don't know.
It's a lot of PBR.
You and your cousin. That's your family. And you can drink that many because it's water.
Because that's how we do it here.
That's right.
It's insane,
Isn't it
man.
though? It's crazy. It really
I feel well, but in all fairness, that New Zealand is not exactly a big place. It's a bunch of little islands.
Yeah, it's not. It's
So
on the outskirts of Australia.
Australia, yeah, up there in the Indonesia.
Right.
Indonesia. Everybody likes the Indonesia. So there you go. Well, he said maybe kind of, sort of, maybe not a lot.
Maybe not a lot.
With
Indonesia.
every new president,
Yeah.
The wall between the most powerful man in the world and the people changed with covering him grows higher. Or charged. Sorry.
Maybe you need to actually just read.
I read it wrong. Okay, I did read it. I just read it wrong. Charged.
Get your glasses.
I know. Bill Clinton was affable, known to stop by in the back of Air Force One to chat with reporters. Sometimes even speaking only as a senior administration official, so he could say more and get away with it.
Right. Yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah. So easy a caveman could do it.
He even played the saxophone. Remember? Oh, that was on Arsenio Hall. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was forever immortalized in
Animaniacs.
In Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But George W. Bush got burned early in his presidency by trying to chat up the Air Force One journalist when one White House correspondent from a liberal news network reported every word that W said when he was off the record.
And so he never did it again.
He never did it again.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Nope. Things got worse under Barack Obama, who called only on pre-approved reporters during press conferences in which he often ran out the clock, taking an hour to answer 7 or 8 questions. I remember that.
Which is why we never watched those.
No, we don't.
Ever. We didn't watch those.
No. He also limited sit-down interviews to only the most sycophant outlets. Mm-hmm. So that's how they do that.
Oh, side note here. Just a quick question from Techru. He's asking, does gin and rum mix? Asking for a friend.
It does, actually.
It can. It depends on what you're mixing it in.
Is it white rum?
Yeah, I mean, if you got the silver rum with the gin, you can do it.
Yeah, if it's not
if it's the gold or it's the like
dark rum,
dark rums, it's not going to do well.
No, I wouldn't do that. Donald Trump knocked a few bricks out of the wall, often holding 90-minute pressers in which he'd take 40 to 50 questions. But he too sought to limit his foes, at one point pulling the press pass of a CNN gadfly.
Okay, hold on.
That would be the one and only Mr. Acosta.
Well, that's because Acosta loves some Acosta.
Yeah, he does.
Taking one reporter out,
yeah,
and saying no, you can't come in here anymore. Send somebody else from CNN.
Yeah, that's not limiting it and putting it into
It's not getting rid of CNN.
No, it's
that's
not.
Also like he took.
That's just that one guy.
He took questions from literally everybody. He didn't even know. Like half the time, he didn't even know. You over there, the loudmouth right there. You,
the guy who won't shut the hell up.
The one that's not Jim Acosta.
Anyone here named Jim Acosta?
Me. I'm Jim Acosta.
You can't say anything. Anybody else can ask a question. But Joe Biden, that wonderful man, has not only built a wall, which is ironic considering the fact
that's the only one that'll ever build.
It's the only one he's ever built and ever will build.
Mm-hmm.
He's constructed an Iron Dome, complete with an army of aides who shut down reporters' questions and drive them out of the Oval Office, shouting all the time so the president can't hear a word. Yeah, I listened to the Psaki today.
Yeah. We have stuff on Psaki.
I know we do. What's more, Biden has completely changed how things work. Every president in the modern era has held press conferences when important allies and foreign leaders come to the White House. But Biden has snubbed both the president of Israel and just yesterday, the prime minister of Britain.
Yeah.
Because,
stuff.
Britain
stuff.
It just makes me giggle. It really does. Mm-hmm. Instead, Biden called reporters into the Oval Office before his meeting with Boris Johnson. Another trick, no one can ask what they talked about since they haven't yet talked. So you call them in first and then say, by the way,
I've got a meeting with Boris Johnson. I'll be...
Would you please hurry up? I need to go talk to him.
I've got a 9:30.
I need to go talk to Mr. Johnson. He would stutter with that too.
Johnson,
Henry, Henry, Frank, Tony,
Johnson.
At the end of
You know who I'm talking about.
you know exactly who I'm talking about. At the end of short remarks from the two leaders, Biden made a move to shut it all down, but Johnson had other ideas. He traveled across the ocean and was fully prepared to take some questions. He did too. He was
Fully prepared.
Oh, Biden was pissed
because Boris Johnson was willing to take questions from the public.
He said, "I'm not taking shit from you." Quote, "But I think, would it be okay if we just had a couple questions? Just a couple of questions for the there was a quote from Johnson.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Biden said glumly.
Interrupting.
Quote, "And I think we're going to be ruthless. We're going to be ruthless. I'm going to go to Harry Cole from The Sun," which is, for him, that is kind of ballsy.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
From The Sun there, yeah.
Yeah, but Cole tried to ask Biden a question. "Mr. President," he said before being cut off. Hey, he asked him the question, laughter. It's almost like a bad teleprompter.
Yeah.
"No, I'm Joe," Biden said, apparently about to say, "I'm joking."
Yeah.
But Johnson jumped in. "I'll take it." "Yes, Mr. Johnson, you so will."
Yes, sir.
Cole still tried to ask Biden a question. "Mr. President, is Britain still at the back of the queue for a trade deal, a free trade deal, as your predecessor, President Obama, had promised?" Johnson, apparently under the belief Biden didn't want to play, said, "Well, it's actually a nice question."
It says actually inaudible.
Yeah.
So actually, a nice question.
Yeah.
Frassen.
For the next few minutes, Johnson took questions, with Biden chiming in only occasionally with a terse comment.
Oh, yes, he did.
CBS's reporter Ed O'Keefe complained about the bizarre interaction. Quote, "In the Oval Office at POTUS, Biden and British PM Boris Johnson meet to discuss pandemic, trade, and other issues. Johnson took 3 questions. White House aides shut down the U.S. attempts to ask questions. I asked Biden about the southern border, and we couldn't decipher what he said." In quote, he put that on.
We literally couldn't tell.
We couldn't understand a word he was saying.
Yes.
It was bad. Quote, "A chaotic scene in the Oval Office today as Boris Johnson unexpectedly took questions from British reporters, and the White House aide shouted over the American reporters as we tried to ask Biden questions." That was a quote from the Wall Street Journal. The reporter, Andrew Rastucci.
Stuccia.
That's what I said. Rassatucci.
Rassafrassen.
Fressa.
Yeah.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. The White House Correspondent Association went so far as to file a formal complaint, which is a rare move. Quote, "The entire editorial component of the U.S. pool went immediately into Jen Psaki's office to register a formal complaint that no American reporters were recognized for questions in the president's Oval Office, and that wranglers loudly shouted over the president as he seemed to give an answer to Ed O'Keefe's question about the situation at the southern border."
Yeah. And just to your point here, Sweatimus Prime at the OA show. Excuse me, sorry. That was the wrong one. Hold on. I'll get to that one in a minute.
Hold up. Wait 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Knights Who Say Knee first.
All right.
Biden hasn't built shit.
No.
His puppeteers are covering his ass.
Well, but it okay, fine. Take the joke, whatever.
Right.
Steal it from us.
Yeah.
That's fine. No, good.
Right.
I mean, you got a good point. You got a good point.
Yeah. And then Sweatimus Prime at DOA show. Did he snub Boris Johnson because Spotted Dick wasn't what he thought it was?
Gross.
Or was it the figgy pudding?
Now I got a Christmas song stuck in my head. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bring us a figgy pudding.
Good job.
Bring us a figgy pudding.
Well done, Sweatimus Prime. You've earned it.
Yeah, no, I was listening, like I said, listening to the Psaki's today. Everybody in there argued the exact same thing.
Right.
They said it several times. They're like, hey, we didn't get a chance to talk to him. Well, I'm sure that he's going to talk to you. Don't worry, he's going to talk now. Psaki is unaware that the incident had occurred and suggested she was not in a position to offer an immediate solution.
Right.
Statement continued. But even a reporter with a highly liberal Washington Post was beyond miffed. Quote, worth noting that Biden ran for office promising to restore democracy after 4 years of Trump. But today, it was the British leader, not the American one, who spotlighted a key tenet of a flourishing democracy, respect for the free press, by taking questions from his press corps. That was from Ashley Parker, who wrote on Twitter.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay, Ashley. I see you.
I see what you did there.
That's good.
That is.
I do agree with most of that sentiment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not all of it, though.
No.
You don't?
No. First off, we aren't restoring democracy.
I think you're nitpicking again.
We're not restoring democracy. There's no democracy to restore.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You're
Pretty sure. I mean, we could restore the republic.
We could.
We could restore the republic.
We could.
That would be a good thing.
It would be.
And adding in the respect for the free press would be a good thing.
It would.
Making sure that that's fervently applied there. The thing is, as we talked about in the previous
Story?
Trump used to take 50 to 60 questions.
Yeah, he took
a
a lot.
presser.
He took a lot.
Without regard to who was he'd tell you off whenever he wanted to.
Yeah, he did.
But he answered your questions.
He didn't care.
Like, if you're talking about respect for the free press,
yeah.
not respect for the person that represents the press, but respect for the free press itself, you got one.
Yeah.
You had one for 4 years.
And you blew it.
Because you didn't like the way that he responded.
It's amazing how that works out, isn't it?
You didn't like how he talked to you.
You thought he was snubbish and jerky.
And because he talked to you the way that he talked to you, you got all pissy.
It's not fair.
Missy.
Pissy messy. I like it.
Right?
Don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does.
I know. Sometimes.
Oh.
But yeah, so it's not a situation where we're not restoring a democracy because we never had a democracy. We had a republic, a constitutionally backed republic, because that's the only way that we could have what we have today, because a straight democracy always leads to socialism, which leads to communism, because it leads to dictatorships.
It does, doesn't it? It's pretty bad.
Because eventually the people stop deciding that they want to vote for things because they don't want to pay attention. So instead of doing that, we said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get you guys to elect representatives. Those representatives are going to vote on all the mundane stuff that you guys don't want to vote on, but they're going to sit there and they're supposed to represent you and your values.
I wonder how many people. I'd love to take this as a poll. And obviously we don't have.
You got a lot of polls you want to take.
I know. Well, no, this is a different one. Like, this is something that could be done anywhere if it could get passed around or anything else.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we got back end producer. We need a poll made.
I'm just saying how I would love, honestly, but it would have to. I don't know how it could be done to be done right without having issues. No,
that's mean.
We can do that now.
It's mean, I know.
No, but we can do that.
But
now.
it's still me.
No, it's not. It's what he's there for. No, I wonder how many people can honestly say that they believe that their representative for their district represents them. Now, I understand that there's a difference of opinion as far as policies and things go, and I understand that.
What I'm saying is,
but
what they vote on, does it represent at least 70% of the populace
of that district that he's supposed to be representing?
Yes or no?
Yeah, it's that simple. That's what I want to know, and I don't know how true it is. Curiosity is killing the cat.
It's one of those things.
It is.
It really is.
I don't know, but we'll find out maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
I don't know what the heck that was.
Nights Husseini. What I learned today at Dylan Lyles likes the polls. No, that wasn't necessary.
I'm surprised somebody threw out a Navy joke. I'm just saying. I'm surprised no one threw out a Navy joke.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, I'm not. I figured someone would have thrown it out there by now.
You thought it might have happened, but it didn't.
It didn't. I'm a little bit
It's amazing.
shocked, actually.
Miffed, aren't you?
Not miffed. I'm shocked.
Understandably.
Just not miffed. It's like, this is weird.
It's so weird.
Doesn't make sense.
Duh. Yeah.
Wow. They actually have several of them.
Yeah, quite a few.
That's really interesting.
Oh my.
Oh my. Dear God, Jeffrey, this doesn't make sense.
Huh.
What's that?
If I could.
This is Defenders Live.
Some's like, what are you doing?
I was like, I'm pulling something down, but it ain't working.
Ew. Keep them pulled up.
That's right. I'm
Is
wearing,
that a- is
I'm
that
wearing
a-
pajama pants.
Hold on, is that so am I? Is that a Greek joke? Toby McAvoy over on the Twitters. How many coronaviruses in a case, you asked? Is it 12 for Troy and 16 for Ateropus? Hold on. Damn it, I can never read that properly. Avoride du poi. If I heard it, I could go, oh, yeah. It sounds Greek to me. See what I did there with the Greek?
That's Greg.
That's Greek.
Yeah, going back to a previous question, Tech Roo, you could do a limoncello gin cocktail.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty fancy,
Yeah.
if I do say so myself.
Mm-hmm. You can have a leg spreader. It's tequila, vodka, gin, and rum all together. Served in a martini glass.
It's called a rum splitter.
No, it's a leg splitter.
Same thing. Rum splitter, red, whatever.
Leg splitter, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
Usually when you have gin and rum in the same glass, you also have vodka and tequila or something else already in there. Like apparently when you add gin and rum together, you also have to add 2 other alcohols.
Because otherwise someone may die.
It's almost a prerequisite. I don't know why
Someone
this
is going to die.
You got me looking is basically what I'm telling you. Like a shamrock juice cocktail, gin, white tequila, light rum, vodka, blue curacao.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I mean,
It's also going to hurt in the morning. It's going to hurt in the morning.
it always hurts in the morning.
No. Okay.
No. Okay, what?
No. Like I can't have gin.
I used to drink a lot of gin. I can't do gin anymore.
Like gin gives me even just straight gin, massive migraine.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know if it's the juniper. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. That's
But like gin gives me a massive, like not even an hour later,
That's weird.
It's like my body metabolizes it within that hour, that one drink or whatever.
Yeah.
And like immediate,
After that, you just-
immediate migraine. I'm like, this hurts.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's the way I am in the morning with rum. And I love my rum.
But that's in the morning.
Yeah, but but I can have it like a shot, and in the morning, I will feel like I'm walking around with an axe embedded in my skull.
Just one shot.
Just one.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's that bad.
Yeah. And that happens with the mixed rums for me. Like the silver rum I can do all day long.
Yeah.
But the mixed rums is no go.
No, that's me. It's the you know what? Hold on.
It's the mix.
It is the mix. I think you're right.
It's the mixed rums.
I may have to try it again.
It's the dark rum, mixed rum thing. I don't know what it is about dark rums or mixed rums.
No, but mine would be white rum.
White rum is perfectly
But
fine.
I always mix it with something.
Right.
I never drinking it straight. You're right. Huh.
It's the added sugar for you at that point.
I think so.
I think at that point it's the added sugar in your blood.
I have to give that a whirl.
Yeah. So Republican lawmakers whose district, a Republican lawmaker whose district is in the southern border area,
Okay.
including the town of Del Rio, Texas, said on Wednesday that the Biden administration's Homeland Security chief tried to bullshit him on a conference call about the border crisis.
And that's verbatim, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a quote.
That's a quote bullshit.
Yeah, he straight up says, "No, he BS'd me.
Yeah.
So full of it, sir. You're full of it." Oh well.
I think B from the SAV got excited there for one of the drinks that we suggested.
It's the leg spreader.
Probably so, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
It probably so.
Enjoy.
Anyway,
Okay.
Representative Tony Gonzalez, Republican of Texas, told the Washington Examiner in an interview that the Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Is it every time I think of that, I keep thinking of I don't know. It's not the same.
Alejandro Mayorkas.
No, I keep thinking of what's the body shop that does the auto body shop? You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
It's the one that's got the shark on it. It's Mako.
Mako?
Mako.
Better get Mako.
Better get Mako. That's exactly what I think of every time he says. Every time
Better
his
get
name's
Mayo.
mentioned. Mayo Cass.
That's right. Saying that he was dismissive of the congressman's concerns about crime and potential terrorist activity at the southern border, and calling the discussion how thousands of migrants crossed illegally and overwhelmed the town of Del Rio just days ago.
Yeah.
Quote, "We discussed a wide variety of things, but one of the things that I mentioned in particular, I was like, look. The migrant situation is absolutely chaotic and terrible. But what keeps me up at night is another 9/11 type of event."
It could happen.
That's what Gonzalez said.
Rushing the border.
Yeah, it could very well happen, especially considering they're just like sending them on their way after they come.
Unless they're Haitian, of course.
Well, even then, so funny story. The Haitians we got other stuff related to the Haitians in a bit, but only a few of them basically got sent back, like that initial 300. The rest of them were sent into America.
Oh.
Just go. Be free.
Free yourselves.
Be free, little butterfly.
Anyway.
What could go wrong?
Right. Quote, "And when you have all of your border agents, it's not only in Del Rio sector, it's the surrounding sectors as well, that all kinds of come to what?
Typo.
Yeah. All kinds of people, I'm guessing people,
Yeah.
come to Del Rio to handle the situation that literally leaves our borders wide open.
Yep.
There's hundreds of miles that aren't even being patrolled at all. Checkpoints are closed down.
Which is a great
Mayorkas.
thing to broadcast on in the news.
Right. In the Washington Examiner.
Just throwing that out there. It
I mean, yeah, it's English-speaking news, so
doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
You're still being stupid. Just saying.
Yep. But Gonzalez represents Texas's 23rd congressional district, which stretches from San Antonio to El Paso. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Covers 800 miles of the border with Mexico. He told the Examiner that this Monday, the evening call with Mayorkas was the first time he spoke with the member of the President Joe Biden's cabinet about the border crisis at all.
That's weird.
And succinctly, his concerns were ignored.
I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked.
Right.
Someone from the administration is not listening
Huh?
to the people
What?
or to any of the states when they even ask questions to clarify a situation that the administration is somewhat responsible for. No.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Shocked, you say.
Wow.
Yeah, Gonzalez paraphrased Mayorkas by saying this. This is what he told me.
Okay.
No. Everything is under control. No, don't tell me everything is under control, says Gonzalez.
Yeah.
It's not under control because, I know it's not under control. You can BS somebody else, but you can't BS me.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how. I mean, think about this for a second. Gonzalez.
Whose control is it under? Is my question.
I was gonna say, Gonzalez.
It could be under control,
no,
but whose control?
Gonzalez is literally responsible. He's a representative of that area.
Yeah.
He goes. I mean, that's kind of his home turf, one might say. He would know
kinda knows if
above
things are not going
anything
right.
else. Yeah. So you could sit here and be all you want to, but isn't that just like the government as a whole? But especially this administration. Oh, no. We're literally like 3,000 miles away from the situation, but
It's fine.
it's fine. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong because we have paper in front of us that says nothing's wrong.
So, yeah, I'm going to need you to.
Do you know why they have
on Saturday? Yeah.
kick my stapler? The reason why it's all on paper saying that there's nothing wrong is because, as he said, a lot of the checkpoints and everything are shut down.
So they don't know.
So you can't report a problem at a place that's not
Shut
working.
down. Yeah. If it's not working, then obviously they aren't reporting anything. Quote, it was kind of like dismissive a little bit. And that's a problem, especially when you're talking about national security. Like, there are no second chances. You have to get it right every single time, or it's game over.
Not game over.
Yeah, the Biden administration on Sunday began expelling some of the more than 12,000 Haitian migrants. By some, we mean about 325.
Give or take.
2. The rest were just sent into America free of charge.
Oh, good. Good.
Just born free.
Welcome to us. Just imagine some lady standing there. Welcome to America. I'm so glad you're here.
Oh my God.
So here, what we're gonna do is a little bitty package, and inside it we got some coupons at Starbucks, which you can find right over there.
Oh, so good.
Don't forget to fill this out so you can get entitled to have your food stamps taken care of. So
Because
you
you
can
need
have
your
free
money and your food,
Oh my
right?
goodness, you have so much fun. Please continue on down the gangway. Thank you. Welcome to America. That's
It's kind of what it seems like.
what it feels like.
A lot.
It's what it feels like, and I don't like it.
That needs to be a skit. Somebody.
Somebody, you know what's going to happen. We're going to get a text later. I got the script written. Let's do this.
Son of a...
Why does it have to be us?
Because we came up with it.
Because we're the ones that opened our mouths. I know.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Every time.
You did it. I went along with it. I can't say much.
That's true. You did.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. All the rest of the junk and crap and bull hockety and all the rest.
Yeah, God forbid, a state actually be responsible and be allowed to be responsible for its own border.
Yeah. Valverde County Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez told the Texas Tribune that there are an estimated 6,200 migrants still camped under the bridge as of Wednesday.
6,200. Can you think about that for just a second?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That was an insanely large army back in the,
Yeah. 6,000
ancient days.
They have 6,000 people.
They have
How are we going to do it?
10,000 men. That's
yeah.
That's insane.
And a trebuchet. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
It fires 3 stones at once, sire.
3 stones, you say?
I do say 3 stones at once. It's incredible.
60 pounds.
Well, no, sir. It's more like 90 if you do the math properly. I said 3 stones at 20 apiece, sir. 3 times 20 is 60. That's why you're the king, sir. That's why you're the king.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't even talk junk to you because I can't do the maths properly. Oh, that's going to be on TikTok later tonight.
Yeah, it will.
Damn it.
Oh, that was good. That was completely unintentional, too.
I know. It just kind of fell out there. And
Oh, yeah, that's good.
God, I love live radio. Anyway, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki blamed British Prime Minister Boris Johnson for President Joe Biden's refusal to take questions yesterday. You remember the story we said earlier where, he tried to take some
Yeah.
and Biden didn't
Yeah, because he didn't.
because he didn't want to?
Because he just didn't.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Well, she's saying it wasn't Biden's fault. Biden wanted to tell.
He wanted to say.
He wanted to answer
Yeah.
questions, but it was Boris Johnson's fault. It was all his fault. He messed it up. That damn dirty Yank.
What?
Or wait a minute, we're the Yanks.
Brit.
Yeah.
The darn dirty Brit.
Damn dirty Brit. The White House press pool filed a formal complaint, as we mentioned earlier, against Joe Biden yesterday after he refused to take questions from American reporters, which came after Johnson took questions from British reporters. CBS's news reporter O'Keefe, as we mentioned earlier, asked Psaki what her understanding is about why the prime minister in the American Oval Office called on British reporters, and then when American reporters tried to call on the American president, we were escorted out. That's a quote, and I know that is a quote because I heard it. I sat painstaking. I say sat. I
Dylan did another painstaking thing, so you didn't have to.
Yeah, I did.
He listened to Psaki
I did.
and a couple of other people today.
And I will say, if you didn't see it, if you hadn't heard it, if you did, I was incredibly impressed by a lot of the press corps. Not all of them.
But a lot.
A lot more than I thought I was going to be. Because a lot of them kept sitting. There was I can at least 5 of the questions I heard out of the 20, 30 minutes, whatever it was she did. They were
solid questions.
they were solid in your trying to get an answer from her.
Right.
Like one of them was they were trying to get a final numbers. I think it was from Mayorkas, from who was under the bridge and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, currently it's 6,200.
Well, that was last count. Well, that's what I'm saying.
It was Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, there was that might have come out later. That was something she said. She's like, "We'll get you an answer later today."
Yeah.
But 2 or 3 times, she kept passing it off, going, "Well, he just wants to give you the most up-to-date answers." You answer the question. You
Answer
say
the question
we have before
As of 2 hours ago.
Yeah, as of yesterday, as of whenever, you give it that way and say, "We'll look for something else." He didn't do that, but they held her to it. And I was like, "Oh, yay!"
Yeah. Good job.
President Biden and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson meet to discuss pandemic, trade, and other issues. O'Keefe tweeted yesterday. Quote, Johnson took 3 questions. White House aides shouted down U.S. attempts to ask questions. I asked Biden about southern border, and we couldn't decipher what he said, end quote.
Yeah.
It's such a great, I love it.
That-
We couldn't decipher it.
It's so good. And, a lot of these stories are going to repeat some of the stuff, so we're sorry about that.
Yeah, but it all runs together, and so there you go. White House correspondent and Associated President Steve Portnoy.
That's a great name.
Isn't it, though?
It's amazing. Portnoy.
bless your heart, said in a statement that he filed a formal complaint to Psaki over the incident. Quote, the entire editorial correspondent team, I think we read this earlier, the whole thing, blah, 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 basically saying it's not fair. We wanted to be able to do it, but they wouldn't take our questions and they shouted us down, yada, yada, yada. Said she was unaware, yada, 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 as we said before. Quote, worth noting Biden ran, oh, yeah, we did that one too.
Yep.
Transcript, oh, there you go. That's the transcript,
there.
the exact transcript of what she said. That was fantastic.
Okay, here's the transcript.
It was transcript. O'Keefe, CBS News. And what is your understanding of what transpired in the Oval Office yesterday when we were all there trying to hear from the president and the prime minister? Psaki, the White House. What aspects? O'Keefe, well, the British prime minister in the American Oval Office called on British reporter, and then when American reporters tried to call on the American president, we were escorted out. Let's put it that way. Psaki, well, I think in that circumstance, and I think our relationship with the United Kingdom and the Prime Minister Johnson is so strong, abiding, we will be able to move forward beyond this. But he called on individuals from his press corps without alerting us to that intention in advance.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. He called on individuals from his press corps without alerting us
Dylan.
in that advance. Yeah.
Dylan. Mm-hmm. So in this scenario, you're going to be Joe Biden, okay?
Damn it.
I'm going to be Boris Johnson.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. You good here?
I guess.
All right.
Okay, sorry. No,
you good? Are you fine now? So
no, that was me being Biden.
I know. Are you good now? Okay. Call you up. Ring, ring. How about we meet?
What's that noise?
Answer the phone. How about I come over to your place? We have a meeting and discuss all the stuff.
I got to clean my room first. My mom said I have to clean my room before anybody can come over.
Joe, your mom's been dead for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. Oh, by the way, my entire press corps is coming with me.
Okay. We'll bake cookies.
Good idea.
Sounds like a plan. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to wipe your feet.
It's what I'm saying is it's common knowledge that when the prime minister or somebody else that's important from another country comes to America, their press corps comes with them.
Well, yeah, because it's their country. Their
country wants to cover it just as much as ours.
Yeah,
which actually ours don't. We don't care.
They kind of did this go around.
Yeah,
the press is getting pissy because they're not a part of the plan. They're not a part of the group. They're not a part of the
group anymore. Yeah, they're actually kicked out of the group. With Barack Obama, it was, oh, you're all part of the group. We're all together. Okay, we're all together, right?
Sure,
we're all together. Everybody, we gotta push that narrative. Everybody push the narrative, and just I'm gonna take a few questions here and spend 45 minutes talking about nothing. But you guys go out there and push that narrative because we're all part of the same team. Talking about the press corps and the administration.
Yep.
Then you had Trump, right? Mm-hmm. And Trump was very much, I am not on the same team as you, but you have all the right in the world to ask the question. So go ahead.
In all fairness, though, I feel like that was his definition of transparency.
Yeah.
Which is that's not transparency, just so we're clear.
So Trump or Obama?
Trump.
Oh, yeah, it's not transparency, but
I'll
take all of your questions.
Yeah, to take everybody's questions and just have conversations, for 45 minutes to an hour sometimes, with just, a few things. That's not transparency.
That's talking.
Yeah, that's just talking. That's having a conversation.
It's a conversation, yeah. But no, you have that. Mm-hmm. And then you had O'Biden come in. And O'Biden doesn't even remember his name half the time.
No, he doesn't.
And so he can't take questions unless they're pre-scripted. He can't do those things unless they're predetermined, because if he doesn't have it written in paper in front of him, he can't read it. And if he can't read it, then he can't say it, because he will get jumbled up, he will get confused, he will start talking about corn pop and all the rest of it. He can't.
I like Jiffy.
The man is actually senile, or he's close to it. I'm not saying that as trying to be mean. I'm saying that as a reality.
This is not tongue in cheek. This is not hyperbole.
He is going the way of, very, very many people of the age that he is a part of now. And that's sad to say. I don't want to see that happen to anybody.
No.
But for somebody that has been lying for his entire life, it's fitting that he can't remember the truth.
It is a bit ironic, isn't it? I don't know why it makes me laugh so much, but it does.
It's fitting that he can't properly answer a question anymore because he's been lying his entire adult life.
I know.
I would never wish that upon anybody, by the way.
No.
Losing your literally losing all of your memories, your mind, technically your motor function at some point, like that sucks.
You know, I'm worried about that.
You are?
Mm-hmm. You know how I always one of the big things I complain about is the way I stumble and jumble here.
No, that's just ADHD.
Yeah, but think about it. If it was to start happening, when would it be noticed? If you get technical,
It would take a while.
it would take a lot longer to
Because
catch it.
you-
Which means then
No. I think what would happen, honestly, I'm going to stop you there.
I think it would actually
I think
balance.
you would slow down.
It would balance out for a minute. That's what I'm saying. It would balance out.
Yeah, you would slow down and you would start speaking properly.
So what you're saying
for a
is-
while, and then you would get worse.
So if there's ever a stretch for like 6 months to a year that I am perfectly articulate, everything is coming out perfectly.
Without jumbles, without
No
weirdness.
stumblings, and I'm on point and doing everything like I need to be, then everyone needs to panic.
Because sometime soon,
The end is nigh.
yeah. But that usually doesn't happen until older age. Anyway,
I am
yeah.
the older age.
Ring, ring. Biden, is that the ice cream truck? Yeah. Yes. That's it.
I got my butt wiped.
That's right. I like Rocky Road. That's.
He's God
But
bless.
that's the problem with this one. You decided to literally we voted in, or somehow this guy got put into office, and he is everything that the Democrats tried to accuse of Trump.
Yeah, it's a really weird.
He literally is everything that you tried to accuse Trump of. Money laundering.
Oblivion Flickering and I are on the exact same point. I know I said it with the delay. He tweeted it at the exact same time.
See? Yeah, there you go. But no, so think about it. Money laundering.
Huh?
You know, that's one of the major issues. Well, he's been basically laundering money and getting people hired into positions and all the rest of it and all that.
Implying that they can't handle it? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
What do you mean?
What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
Well, I don't know. You're the one making accusations, sir.
I'm not making an accusation. I'm stating the obvious.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it obvious?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I don't think it's obvious.
Anyway. And what is it, Article 25?
Poke. What article? The one that she kept throwing around?
No. The one that they're like, oh, we gotta kick out Trump.
Oh,
because-
the 25th Amendment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25th, right.
25th Amendment, yeah.
That's definitely Biden.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
All the massive corruption within the family, that's Biden.
yeah, if arguably, again, Biden is Woodrow Wilson. Oddly enough, almost exactly 100 years apart.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't it though?
It's funny how things happen in cycles, like we've talked about before.
It's almost like we could have seen it coming if we paid attention to history.
right? Maybe.
I'm just saying.
Just
If we had only had
smidge.
somebody was
Little tiny
only
bit.
looking.
A little tiny bit, a little bit.
If only we were paying attention.
If only.
If only. It's sad though. But I guess, and as far as I'm concerned, because if you think about it, the way he was pushing for, you know, the him and Kamala did the whole. It came out today they were going to open up get all the banks and stuff together, so they could start saving money to put out the vaccine to the whole world.
Yeah.
You know, have a world. Not a world thing, but yeah, basically like a world. What is it? A world medical? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it made it hurt.
Basically a new world order for health.
Well, it's basically
Health.
it's like the UN, but for health, and
Well,
literally saying how they're going to hold other countries accountable. Blah 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 blah.
It's
I'm
the
like,
World
wait a
Health
second.
Organization, but anyway,
No, but it's another version.
another
of this.
version
There's
of it,
another
yeah.
version of it.
it's the UN. but
Yeah.
just for COVID.
Yeah. And it was
COVID.
I'm like, let's see. League of Nations 100 years ago. National healthcare.
International
healthcare.
Yeah.
Senile and decrepit.
Senile
stroke.
and decrepit. And also senile and decrepit.
No, he was sharp. He just had a stroke.
Right.
He should have been drinking American Pride Roasters coffee.
He should have been.
Should have. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in the mouth. World is going to hell, but at least you can have a great cup of coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
It is historically great. You can also go to Mojo50.com. That's where you find all the hosts on the Mojo50 Radio Network. You can hit them up on the iHeartRadios, the Mojo50 Radio banner to get 24/7 free speech talk.
Yep, we got another hour. We'll be right back. Where's the got my butt wiped? I got my butt wiped. Diddly-dee-dee. Diddly-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. You sound like you're being disturbed with something. Is everything okay?
Well, just like you, I was up and down ladders all day.
And I had to move, and I just... Ugh.
So mine is like my from my heel to my to my upper thigh.
It's rather tender.
It's pretty tight in there. And I had to wear the boots.
Oh, you had to? Oh, I'm sorry.
Because we're working inside of, technically, it's not a construction site, but it's
Still?
yeah, it's still controlled by a GC or a GM. So
No.
yeah, GC, general contractor. That's right. So it's still.
I don't have to, but I do anyway.
Well, yeah, but that's just because you like wearing boots.
No, it's because currently they're only ones that don't hurt my feet.
Oh, because you've got the comfy boots.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
the only good thing that came from the old job.
Yeah, the comfy boots. I didn't get the comfy boots because I wasn't on site during that time.
No, you weren't.
I was traveling all over the place.
You got shafted, my friend.
Yeah, and then they never got boots for me because they couldn't. Apparently, they couldn't afford boots for me.
Yeah, because by that point, they were already done with it. Like, we don't want to give you your boots.
By that point, it was a month and a half later, and they were like, "Well, we don't have any money anymore for that." It's like, well, great.
Just weird because it was already supposed to have been set up and done.
It was already supposed to be a thing that I was supposed to get.
She already had them,
Yeah.
but she did
Nope.
because they screwed you.
Yep. They said, you aren't part of that team right now. But that's
Hey.
okay.
Thanks a lot, Jerky McJerkertons.
Yeah, they also screwed me out of basically 45 hours of time when I left.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I keep talking about this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the picture. What is the picture?
It's nothing. Like, the picture is trash.
Well, of course the picture's trash, but I would like to at least see it. I haven't seen the picture.
All right, I'll get the picture for you.
Because they were all talking about that at the stupid presser today. That's all they kept bringing up.
Yeah.
That and the whole France pulling back their ambassador. And all she kept saying was, "Don't worry, our relationship with France is strong." Blah, 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 blah. You lying heifer. Why does anybody bother looking and going there? It's just dumb. That's it?
That's it. He didn't whip him. He's grabbing him.
Those are the reins, you morons.
But as you can see, the Haitian traveled to America to go get some food. That's what he did. He came in, went to town,
Got food and then went back.
and left. Yeah. That's all he did. They went and paid for food. That's what they did.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it You know, you crossed it illegally. Doesn't matter what you.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
You got the right one that time.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm being a jerk.
At least I looked.
Democratic Representative Maxine Waters of California accused the Biden administration of acting like former President Donald Trump. There's not a lot of things that keep me speechless. That's just trying. I'm sorry, because my brain gets hung up on the connection.
Things that make you go, huh?
Things that make you go, huh? Because, again, Trump was not racist, at least not during his presidency. What he may or may not have done
I no, okay. No.
prior to that. Prior to that, because everybody wants to bring up the whole, well, you know, this is what happened. And I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
This is what everybody has said. This is what everybody's done, blah, blah, blah. What I saw of him in office, he was not racist. Okay? Just
Done.
right there.
What I've seen of him in public, not racist.
Yeah. So I'm not going to play that game. And I hate that stupid. But
And the stories that have come out of his time in through New York, not racist, especially with him giving money and loaning money to business owners that happen to be black. And then when they come to actually pay their due, like, oh, well, you know, you get your first payment due, he ripped their check up and said, thank you, you're paid in full.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
like,
I didn't follow him. I didn't care about him like that. I can at least talk about what I saw him as president. When I saw him as president, he was not racist. Okay? Let's just put
Done.
that to bed
Yeah.
now because I'm
There.
tired of it. Anyway,
Anywho's.
she said that the alleged whipping, quote unquote,
Allegedly.
of the Haitian immigrants was worse than what was witnessed under slavery.
Now, you saw the picture.
I did.
And in the picture, you pointed out something.
Yeah. What I believe it is, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not what you believe it is. It is what it is.
No, I believe those are the whip are the reins to the horse. That's what I believe. Looking at it, that's my first go-to guess.
So he literally had to let go of one of the sets of reins
That's what I think.
and to go grab the guy that was running away from him. And he's doing the whole like side, you know, and getting, yeah, he had to let go. So the picture, surprisingly well taken.
Yeah. Well, it is 2021. I mean, even
Yeah, but that's a really
cameras on
like,
the phone are fantastic if you do
that's
it right.
an amazing shot to get.
Well, yeah, but they were running, so you know it's not staged. You can't make a horse like sit there half, you know, in mid gallop with
That's
their
what I mean.
mouth
they
open.
They were running and all the rest of it, so it's not staged, obviously. But why were you, like, really? Like, you were there why isn't there even more press coverage? If all you're doing is sitting there on the border as a person of the press to take pictures of things that the Border Patrol is doing wrong?
Because the Border Patrol is always wrong. Don't you get it?
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't want pictures. Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm looking. I'm this. She's got me mad about this because
Okay.
this is dumb. Okay.
What? You acted like Trump.
Trying to spell and do this. I should have. I hope I got this right because I want actual stories, like descriptions and blah 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 blah.
We're not. What?
No, just
Right now?
yeah, no. Because here's the deal. There's a comparison. So I want to. Damn it! And I ain't got time to try and do it this way.
Yeah, we don't have time.
I
for that.
wanted to have I wanted to find like actual stories.
Yeah.
You know, of actions that happened to slaves during slavery.
What about the Civil War?
Well, but I'm saying, like, I wanted to find, such and such situation in such and such time. This happened, a man's bones or his skin was flayed from himself for taking the, whatever.
Yeah, Fort Pillow.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's one.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying, I forgot about that one, but okay, yeah, go there.
That was during slave time.
That is a very far cry. Because that was a massacre, wasn't it?
It wasn't just a massacre.
It was a massacre.
They
though.
literally flayed the skin. Like they took the skin off and hung them as meat sacks.
Yeah. That was deliberate and intentional against people just because.
Because they were trying to free slavery.
Okay. This Haitian immigrant people crossing the border. Yes, they may have been crossing the border for food. Doesn't matter what the reason was.
Right.
It's still against the law. Argue about this all we want to. If you don't want to get in trouble for something, you don't commit the crime. Now, I'm not saying that, they're starving and they had the opportunity and blah, 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 that I wouldn't do the same thing. I probably would. Actually, I know I would.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's the gamble. Okay. To sit here and say that picture, which again is a single picture, completely out of context.
Yep.
Just so we're clear.
Uh-huh.
That is the exact same thing or worse than what was witnessed in slavery. Bullshit. That guy was grabbed and taken and processed and was sent back. He had come here illegally. What his intentions are, we have no idea. But that's a big difference and a far cry and a big step.
From slavery.
From just choosing to obliterate people and cut their skin off to use as food bags. I'm just saying that.
Oh, no, they were just displays.
Oh, was it just displays?
They just hung them up. Like they skinned them and hung them up like they were going to tan them.
Oh, okay. It's been a while since I've paid attention to that one. But,
sacks of skin.
but that's a huge difference. A huge difference.
It was like Doctor Who's the world's last human.
Yeah.
Just a skin flap stretched across.
Spray me.
What was her name?
Moisturize.
Not Claire. What the hell was her name?
Don't.
Cassandra.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. Well done.
I know. I knew it was K something. Anyway, this is the stuff that irritates me.
Mm-hmm. But
they're not even being remotely intellectually honest.
Right. But her anger toward Biden, I agree with.
Yeah, but yours is for a different reason.
Right.
A completely different reason.
Completely different. But I agree with your anger there.
Waters made the comments at a press conference outside the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday after public outrage over the treatment of some Haitian migrants seeking refuge in Del Rio, Texas, where a massive encampment was formed. Yeah. Just because just for a second.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just because someone comes and says, hey, I need refuge. Refuge would imply that you're in danger. You need a safe place to be because of a situation that...
Usually that's a political issue.
Yeah, you found yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? To just show up to America and say, I'm seeking refuge because I'm tired of the cesspool that I've currently been living in.
Change it.
Well, I mean, even if you don't change it, you come here legally. You don't just show up at the border and think that you're going to get through there, or worse, cross it illegally.
And then go back and forth because you have access.
Anyway, quote, I'm pissed. I'm unhappy. And I'm just unhappy with the cowboys who were running down Haitians and using their reins to whip them.
Now, she did get one part right. The picture had reins, not a whip.
Yeah.
And he wasn't being whipped by the reins once again.
I was going to say, how do you whip somebody with reins when one of them is holding on to the other rein and the other hand is holding on the back of his shirt? How do you whip somebody?
You don't.
Do Border Patrol agents have a third arm that we're not told about? Don't watch the jokes, just so we're clear.
Yeah,
I
right.
know that. I know
jokes are
people
there.
listening. Keep
Yeah.
it clean.
Well, relatively,
That's it. Yeah, I know.
moderately.
It's like asking the rain to stop falling down.
I mean, you're talking about jackholes. That's an automatic.
I know.
That's an
I know.
automatic. What?
Quote, I'm unhappy with the administration. We're following the Trump policy. He is the one who doesn't follow the Constitution and would not allow those seeking refuge to be able to petition to get into the country.
Okay.
The hell are we doing here? She yelled. Here's the thing.
All right.
Is there a problem? Is there a problem
Right.
with an immigrant from any nation
Right.
petitioning the United States government for asylum and refuge?
No, not at all.
None.
Mm-mm.
Now, do you have to be at the border to put that petition in?
Not at all.
You don't.
In fact, you can stay at home.
You can.
Yes. You could phone call it in.
You can just phone it in.
You can. You can phone it in. You can fax it. You can email it. You can fill out a form online if you've got internet access. You can print out the forms at a library. Hopefully you have one in your place. And then
But you don't have to go to the actual United
the
States border.
No, you
And
don't have to.
stand there and beat on the door like a hobo and be like, please let me in.
Or just run across the river.
It's weird. Weird.
You don't have to do that. Also, Trump's policy wasn't unconstitutional.
No, it wasn't.
Actually, he followed the Constitution, which is why every time you guys tried to take it to court, it got kicked out. Just saying. What? There's a lot of tweets, I know.
Not you say knee. Wait, keep the comments clean. Backspace, backspace.
Done. Clear.
Also, not you say knee. It finally happened. That Dylan Liles has decided to find actual stories to read.
Oh,
Wow. That
that's
cut,
kind of mean.
that cut deep.
That's
Damn.
harsh.
That's what Miss Prime Dylan Liles should have followed up the headline with "Good night, everybody," and just abruptly ended the stream.
Oh.
Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. That's yeah.
See?
Dark Magneto over on YouTube tripods kickstand.
We got you, buddy.
I knew it. And see, the moment I opened my mouth, I was like, "Oh, here it comes."
Mm-hmm.
See what I did?
Yeah,
there?
you did. I did. Yeah. mhm, Yep.
Ah, it's so stupid. Waters was referring to the policy implemented under the Trump administration that allowed for deportation of illegal aliens who are seeking refugee status.
That deportation was that was available in all presidencies, and
Yeah.
still technically is available.
It's an
It's
option.
just he decided to make a full on like a
Enforce
harder-
it?
Yeah, he tried to enforce the policy a little bit more fervently.
Yeah. There's
It's
there's
there.
no reason why somebody now I can understand it. You want to sit here and do this. Well,
You want to claim refugee status? That's great. You don't have to be here to do it.
Yeah, well, and I can understand. Like, okay, so let's say, and I don't know fully these people's situations,
Right.
okay, but let's just say,
That it's so bad.
for the sake of argument,
Right.
that it truly is that bad
That they have to leave.
that they have to leave.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. But wouldn't anywhere be better?
Well, no. I'm going to say, and it has to be America because let's be honest, if you're going to make that kind of a trek, you might as well go for gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're going to go big or go home, literally.
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
you could end up with silver, but still,
Yeah, but who wants to?
Right.
And that would require getting on a boat and going across the ocean, and nobody wants to do that.
no.
But let's just assume that all of that is exactly like they say it is.
Sure.
Okay?
Right.
Then why isn't, at the very least, there's some kind of a working agreement or some kind of thing set up? If you're not going to patrol the border and keep it secure as it should be done,
Mm-hmm.
okay, then why not turn around and back a little bit off the border on both sides? United States and Mexico, back off a little bit. Let's say, half a mile. Okay? From the line.
We'll go 2 miles.
Well, no. You don't want too crazy.
A mile on both sides.
Yes, I'm saying a mile on both sides. Or about, that's what I'm saying, about half a mile on both sides. So,
So full mile.
A mile total.
Yeah.
Okay.
A 1 mile stretch across the entire border.
That Mexico backs up half a mile, America backs up half a mile.
It's like a fence line. It's a fence line.
Basically like a demilitarized zone in Korea.
Oh, I was thinking like the difference between your fence and the neighbor's fence.
Or you could do that. Whatever. My point is, why don't they do that?
Right.
And in that little section, actually build
A refugee station.
refugee stations. It has homes, or it has, not homes,
No.
not homes, but like a
Temporary housing?
temporary housing, like apartments or something like that, that and has it set up to where, hey, you are truly in you say you're in a refugee status. You
Here's a
come
refugee
from
zone.
Chile. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to hang out here. You're going to get a job. You're going to be it's going to be like a small town. You're going to handle this just as if you were in America.
Right.
While we check your status, while we verify your situation, while we go through all of this stuff. If you're cleared, you get to come in. If you're not, you get sent back. But at least that way, it keeps all the families together, like they always complain about children being ripped from the arms of their mothers. It keeps that from happening. It allows the people to make it to that line without crossing in, and still having a better life if they're truly in a bad situation. And it gives time to weed it out. I know
Right.
it's a little bit extreme and it's never going to happen.
And it would take
But
a
at
lot of
least-
money.
At least that's a resolution, though.
Yeah.
That would make sense. And then we can all make the agreement and argument. Okay, now that we've all moved a half a mile back on both sides, anybody crossing past that half mile line, you're done.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter refugee status or not, your ass is out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's what should happen.
Slug Dread over there on the, by the way, good handle over there on Twitter's. Guys,
Don't forget the 3 seashells.
right. Leaving Haiti involves getting on a boat and crossing the ocean.
I know it does. But it's a lot smaller of an ocean, or a lot smaller part of the ocean. Because again, silver would have been going to.
Okay, so I kind of like this idea too.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, not gonna lie, I'd rather just fill the Rio Grande with piranha. See, piranha are actually skittish.
Yeah, I've seen
Like
lots.
people talk about the whole thing with no, they're skittish.
They don't actually.
They're actually fearful.
Yeah, they're not going to eat.
They're not wild, vicious things.
They're not. Yeah, what the
I mean,
movies
they're vicious,
portray.
but still.
Oh, they are. But what movies portray them as is not.
Usually, they're attacking the already dead things.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, basically.
They're eating the things that have just died.
If it's dead or dying, bleeding, that kind of thing, like if they
Done.
kind of like that, then okay.
But if it's moving and it's huge, they're not going through it.
There's videos online where you see guys. There was one I saw that some guy like took his hands and like not just stuck it in the tank with them, but like ran them up against him and kept moving them back and forth, and they moved out of the way.
Yeah, they just
It
kept.
was like
moving.
8 or 10 of them.
He was hurting piranha
Yeah,
with his hands.
in a tank, and they didn't want nothing to do with him.
It's like that's a very enclosed space. They could have easily ripped his hands to shreds. I mean, still.
Yep, they're not as aggressive. I thought about that too. Mm-hmm. But see, if you're going to go that route, then like I said, then you just do mine where you just plant landmines up and down the border that's not protected, and
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens.
And now for something completely different.
An Ohio school went into lockdown on Wednesday morning after brawls involving 100 students broke out. Pepper spray, according to the outlet, was used to separate groups that were fighting as police soon arrived on scene to put the stop to the violence. Franklin County authorities received a call on Wednesday morning detailing massive fights breaking out or in progress. Columbus police officers quickly arrived at the scene to break up the fights. Initial reports indicate that multiple people were stabbed.
Oh my God. So this
During-
isn't just a beat down. This is
Yeah, during the confrontation, multiple people were stabbed, but authorities said that there was no incident involving any stabbings.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. I'd be a little worried. I was like, wow, that got aggressive quick. Why were they fighting?
Multiple people were stabbed, but authorities said that there were no incidents of stabbing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Multiple people said people were being stabbed, but they didn't have. They're saying it didn't happen.
Didn't
So I
happen,
don't-
yeah. A district spokesperson told WCMH TV that the school officials, quote, evacuated everyone to the recreation center until the hallways were safe and clear, and noted that the students were, quote, back in their building and learning following the incident, other than the 100.
Why? How did it happen? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. They don't know yet. Several people were detained for questioning, and authorities continue to investigate the incident. One student was reportedly transported to a nearby hospital for decontamination due to pepper spray.
I didn't know you could decontaminate somebody from
Basically, his eyes were burning.
Just pour milk into it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, but otherwise, uninjured.
Suck it up, little girl.
According to reports, no weapons were recovered at the scene. The Columbus Dispatch reported that the neighborhood incident that took place on Tuesday night. That a neighborhood incident that took place on Tuesday night precipitated the Wednesday morning brawl.
Huh.
And the school reportedly told parents that all the students believed to have been involved in the brawl were, quote, removed from school.
All of them, huh?
All of them. You are no longer allowed. Quote, we are confident.
We are the world.
No, we are confident.
We are the children.
That we can continue to provide instruction to our students for the remainder of today and in the days to come in a safe schooling, learning environment.
Well,
As a precautionary measure, we will have an increased law enforcement presence at our school.
I would hope so.
Right.
I mean, when you're going to act like that.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office later Wednesday morning tweeted about the incident, writing, quote, great work by deputies who responded to a report of a fight at a large crowd in Westland High School this morning. The situation was quickly brought under control, and the school is now secure.
Oh, good.
Deputies have detained several people for questioning, and the investigation is ongoing.
That's
Great work!
That's 100 kids. It must be a really big school if 100 kids were fighting.
And like half the school,
And the
wasn't
rest of
gone.
the school is like still.
I'm telling you. So in today, like I think I graduated with 500, a class of 500 in my grade.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, but some high schools, man, they're out there. They have their graduating classes thousands.
Oh no, I got that. I'm just saying it's just really weird.
Well, I mean, you're homeschooled,
I
so
know.
you graduated with one.
Still weird.
It's a class of one.
It was a class of one. It was just me.
Right. So it's obvious that it's a little weird to you.
It's no. I mean, but I'm. If I'd have gone to school, if I had gone and graduated out of a public school, it wouldn't have been near that many.
No, it'd probably been 200-300.
Maybe. Maybe.
Like if I my sister's my youngest sister,
yeah.
her graduating class was around 350, 325, something like that.
Okay.
And that's only one grade. Remember, that's one grade.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 100 kids is a lot of kids, but still, it's only like a third of a normal grade.
Still, it's just. I just
Like
feel like
in a
lot.
poor in a
But
middle class poor neighborhood.
I guess I don't know. it's just weird to me. That's all. It's just really weird.
To think about 100 kids pouring out and like beating each other up,
Well, and then still having apparently that was
still having enough kids to go to school.
a ton. Yeah, a majority of the kids were already going to school anyway.
Yeah,
after
yeah,
that. So
I'm
it's
saying.
like, yeah, no, it's a little weird to me.
12 to 1,500 kids in a school
I guess
every day,
I guess, like I said, I don't.
just separated by grade, man. That's all there is. I know it's weird. It's odd. It's awkward. I mean, that's what.
But
it
like I
is.
said, I didn't go to public school, so it's not something I'm used to.
Yeah.
So oh well.
Anyway, coming up, we got a whole bunch of more stuff coming. We've got so good.
More Bidens.
More things, more stuff. Some stuff you might like.
Apple's doing stuff. The GOP's trying to put out stuff. It's just fun.
You might like it.
Stick around. We got more on the other side. Hang on. So piranhas are introverts.
They are, yeah. They're not introverts. They just huddle and they keep to themselves in a group. They keep to their group.
Yeah.
Like they keep to their school. They don't go anywhere beyond that. That's
because they're
scary.
Too cool for school.
Well, they're actually cool only for school. It's the opposite.
That's true.
Anyway, piranha, crocodile, hippopotami. They're all environmentally friendly in comparison to minefields.
Oh, that's true.
I agree there.
I like the minefield idea better, though.
Yes. And if you do the hippopotami, you have to put up fencing. Because hippopotami are asses. They are assholes.
They are angry.
They will kill you
quick
just because.
Because it's fun.
Like hippopotami, they look all cute and stuff. No, they don't.
A hippopotami for Christmas, 'cause only hippopotami will do.
Right. But yeah, the hippopotamus is a huge beast. Like, yeah, those are teeth for grinding. Nope. They're teeth for crushing you.
Oh, I love it.
Wow.
This is Defenders Live.
Yeah, Oblivion flickering over on Twitter. Remember those contestants in the early rounds of the American Idol? They were convinced that they could sing, yet had absolutely no talent. Joe Biden still thinks he's a great improviser.
You're right.
It's so true.
You're correct.
You are correct, sir.
Well done. The Biden administration is seeking a contractor.
A contractor?
A contractor.
Like a protractor?
No, a contractor.
Okay.
For a migrant detention center in the military base of Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Specifically, they're asking for a contractor that knows the Haitian Creole language.
I mean, because what could go wrong?
Right.
What could possibly go wrong?
I've got to ask.
Sure.
What are you planning in Guantanamo that you need somebody that speaks Haitian?
I have to admit, and again, there was some lady, a black lady, who was trying to talk about this to the Pisaki today.
Right, okay.
And she kept asking. She was like, why? Basically trying to imply that the only reason he was doing anything or having any issue was because it's strictly against black people. It's only against black people. It's just the black people.
Sure.
Haitians. Only the Haitians, not anybody
only the Haitians.
else.
He's not... The brown skin's no problem. The black skins is the problem.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie.
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
When you're seeking a contractor to breed, to do something with Guantanamo, only to turn around and you want them to have the ability to speak Haitian?
Specifically?
Yeah, that's a little bit a little weird.
Yeah, the request was sent out by the Department of Homeland Security on Friday as the administration struggles with a growing humanitarian crisis from the Haitian migrants at the southern border.
Okay.
The contract solicitation said that the facility would have a capacity of 120 people, but that the contractor should be prepared for to erect, quote, erect temporary housing facilities for more than 400 people in a surge event.
Still doesn't feel like a lot. Not when you've got 6,200 underneath a bridge in Texas.
Yeah.
And you only want to build temporary housing for 400. In a perfect world, maybe that would work. If you actually secured the border like you're supposed to, then maybe 400 would be plenty. You have 6,000 under a bridge.
Yeah.
I don't think your little 400 at Guantanamo is going to do anything.
Don't really think that's going to be a thing. NBC noted that there is no indication in the request that the administration plans to send the migrants from the southern border to Guantanamo Bay, but they added that the migrants picked up in the past have been detained there for short periods.
That's weird.
Immigration advocates are already criticizing the possibility that migrants might be detained in Guantanamo Bay under President Joe Biden. Quote, "It's highly concerning
Is it?
that the administration may be considering Guantanamo, the detainee asylum seekers, to detain the asylum seekers or others."
Is it?
That from Wendy Young, president of immigration advocacy group Kids in Need of Defense.
Now, I'm going to pitch something out here that I feel that it needs clarity. Because I think, at least for myself, I feel like what we do is we talk about, we've talked about the border and everything else, and you cross over illegally.
Right, yeah.
Blah, blah. I wanted to make just one thing, just in case it wasn't clear before.
Minute.
I want it crystal clear. When it comes to immigration, if somebody shows up to the border and says, hey, we want refugee status, we want to come in, but they don't cross illegally, I'm all about trying to help.
Sure, right.
All about trying to help. However, you're not coming into the country until you're cleared, but, I want to help you if I can. If you cross over illegally, then you should be detained. You should be sent to someplace like
immediately
Gitmo.
Yeah. Okay.
Period. That I just wanted to make that clear, because the more I was sitting here thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I don't think enough people make that kind of a distinction. When people argue on one side or the other, they completely disregard the nuances that's there. If someone shows up and breaks the law, they cross the border illegally, then whatever the consequences are, that's what's coming to you, Chief. Sorry for you. Like it, don't like it, I don't care.
Whatever it is what it is.
But
you broke the law.
If you show up and say, hey, I'm stuck here, this is a bad situation, please help me, then I'm all for it. Then and that goes again back to my normal plan where you're like, okay, cool. Here's a place where we can go. We can sign you up. We can get you put in here. You need to find a job. And you.
Here you go.
And there you go.
Let's try to work it out. Wendy continued on saying that instead of defaulting to the law enforcement response, grounded in deterrence, the administration should instead live up to our legal and ethical obligation to allow Haitians to apply for asylum. Conditions in Haiti underscore how essential that is.
See, the problem I have with that kind of a statement, though, is
they're here already.
Well, no. There's that. No, the problem I have with that is, yes, the Haitian area, Haiti,
right,
is a crap hole.
Right.
Okay? It really is. Like it, don't like it, it is.
Kind of is.
But it's not our responsibility to fix it. If you're going to allow them to just come over and do all this stuff just because, they live in this poor situation and we have to help them, then why don't we officially just take over? Why doesn't Haiti become part of the United States? And why don't we make it the 51st state, since apparently Puerto Rico's not going to do it?
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I got you.
If you're going to just let these people in, then we should take the land and have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm getting pissy about it. Anyway,
Yeah, you are. It's fine though. I get you. I understand. But that's kind of the thing. They're also saying that it's akin to slavery as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sodamus Prime over at Twitter at DOA show. Surely it's just a coinky dink and nothing whatsoever nefarious. Not like we don't have very long and storied history of his racism. That going back to
Biden's racism.
yeah,
Yeah.
he is kind of a douchebag.
Just a little bit.
Teensy weensy little bit. Representative Henry Culler. Or is that Q? How did you say it? Q?
Queller?
There's not a Q. It's a C. Would that be Q?
Queller.
Is it Queller?
I'd go Queller.
I don't like it, but okay. Henry Quiller, Democrat from Texas. Fact check a CNN host in real time Tuesday after the host repeated misleading claims that border agents were using whips to corral Haitian immigrants at the southern U.S. border.
Now, I'd like you to reread that just to
One
kinda
more time
make
for
sure
those
that
in the back.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Representative Henry Culler. I like that one better.
Okay.
Democrat from Texas.
Democrat
A Democrat
from Texas.
from Texas. Fact check a CNN host in real time Tuesday after the host repeated misleading claims that the Border Patrol agent was using whips to corral Haitian immigrants at the southern U.S. border.
Okay, so just correct me if I'm wrong.
I will.
Normally it's the news agency that would be doing the fact checking
Usually. Unless it's
on-
Facebook.
on our representatives, right?
Yes.
Like that's normally how this works.
Yep.
You just said that a Democrat
Uh-huh.
fact checked CNN
Yeah, I know.
and they were right.
Kind of makes you wonder if hell's freezing over.
A little bit, kind of, yeah.
Dad.
Just a smidge.
Teensy little bit. Mueller, the congressional Democrat, who has been the most outspoken on the border crisis, rebuffed CNN's host Victor Blackwell for perpetuating misinformation about Border Patrol agents. Blackwell accused Border Patrol agents, quote, mounted on horseback, of charging or chasing migrants, end quote. He said one agent, quote, appeared to use what looks like a rope or lasso, end quote, against the migrants.
Not either of those things.
It's
Not either of those. Neither.
If we all saw the same picture, it's
neither.
You're making this crap up, and you damn well know it.
It's a split rein system. He can let go of one and still hold on to the reins. The other side. Neither.
That's how you have better control. Anyway, quote, well, certainly we got to make sure we treat all the immigrants with respect and dignity. Kuehler said. I had to pause right there because my brain thought of something. I'll say it in a minute.
Yeah.
Continuing on, but I will say this. Border Patrol has had those horse brigades for a while.
Yeah.
They've had them for a while, number one. Number two, they don't carry whips. They don't carry lassos. I think the picture you're talking about, at least the one I've seen, is the rein of the horses. Funny, I said
We
the
just said that.
exact
Yeah.
same thing.
And you didn't even look for 2 seconds at it. You were like, that's the horse's
Well, I
reins.
grew up in the farm, so
You kind of know what
I
they look like.
kind of know what the hell I'm looking
It's like
for.
so. It's the difference between. It's like same thing. News report. Big scary guns. Actual people that own guns. No, it's the same thing as this thing that doesn't look scary at all.
Yeah. Lesson here when it comes to the media. Looks can be deceiving.
Duh.
No, I got hung up on the fact of the whole, immigrants need to be respected, treated with respect and dignity.
Sure.
And I agree with that. However,
Immigrants do.
now everybody should
Right.
with respect and dignity.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to go back to what I originally tried to preface earlier. If you've crossed the border illegally, you have committed a crime. If you are continuing to run, therefore the police, the Border Patrol agents have the right to do what they need to do to stop you. Now, I'm not saying shoot you in the back. I'm not saying do anything. But if they throw a lasso at you, I'm not going to be upset about it because you're still, not only are you...
If they used a rope on you.
Yeah. Not only did you break the law to cross the border in the first place,
Right.
Strike number one. Now you're evading capture. That's a crime.
So
Strike two. Like, I don't see what the issue is. Again, I'm not saying you go beat them mercilessly with whips and, all this other stuff. But
Daddy.
say my name, say my name. No, I don't. You do treat them with respect. But if they're running, like, if an American citizen,
Right.
forget the color, if an American citizen robs something,
Right.
antagonizes the police, whatever, and take off running, what do the cops do?
Chase. And capture.
Usually by jumping on them, tackling them.
Whatever they have to do.
Do they carry lassos and stuff?
No.
Because they have tasers.
And tasers are fun.
They are fun. Tasers is the modern day lasso.
Yes. Because it paralyzes your entire body.
Yeah. It's a lot easier and better than being lassoed, let's
Right.
just say.
Yeah. You don't have to aim.
Well, you kind of do.
A little bit, but not a lot.
But the point is again, we have to start being able to talk and speak in the nuances and be able to say and mean what we say and say what we mean.
Right.
Because again, you're absolutely right. All immigrants should be treated with respect and dignity. All people should be treated with respect and dignity. However, if you commit a crime, respect and dignity at the very least has kind of gone out the window, at least temporarily, until you are captured. Then it goes right back to respect and dignity. But in that moment, the brouhaha, the kerfuffle, whatever you want to call it, the situation where you're running and all that jazz, I'm sorry, but
you lost your dignity there.
dignity and respect kind of go out the door at that point.
Dignity be
violated
damn.
Yeah, you've violated a federal crime, sir. At this point, my job is to take you down. And after that,
Now we can go back to being dignified.
now we can go back to being dignified. But in that 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it takes to take you down, not so much.
I'm just going to, even if I have to swipe at the bottom of your feet just to get you.
Yeah. When pressed by Blackwell whether horse reins should be used against migrants, Kuehler advertised caution against assuming the worst of Border Patrol agents. Quote, well, again, if there was a problem, it should be investigated. And I think that's it. But we can't paint the Border Patrol with the same type of paintbrush. Look, what are they supposed to do? Just stand there and let anybody come in? They're supposed to be enforcing the law. And again, as to how you enforce the law, you got to make sure you treat people with dignity and respect. The picture show that mounted Border Patrol agents maintaining security in Del Rio was not using whips or ropes or lassos against the migrants. As Kuehler pointed out, agents were photographed holding the reins used to control a horse. Yeah, they were kind of extended so you could pop them in the tail so they move faster. That's why
They use the dual.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
So you can, you've seen it on the old Westerns where the guy's riding like that and he flop, back and forth, left to right.
That's it.
It's to, that's
the
what
re-
that
that's
is.
what it is.
You're popping the horse.
Because there's really no length to pop anybody else unless they're standing right next to you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the anti-Border Patrol narrative, it's difficult to draw a conclusion about behavior of Border Patrol agents when photographs, for they are missing the context necessary to ascertain what actually happened. Funny, I said that earlier too. What? While a few images purportedly suggest misbehavior, video does not irrefutably corroborate what Democrats and some media members have suggested.
Because there's video too.
In the above photo, for example, the mounted Border Patrol agent appears to be guiding his horse by tugging the reins and not using the reins against the migrants. But still, the State Department or Department of Homeland Security has promised a swift investigation into the actions of the mounted Border Patrol.
And just so everybody can see it, I'll pop
You got
this
to
in
throw that
right
up
here,
there so
yeah.
everyone could see.
So everybody can see what you're talking about right
Yeah,
there.
might as well. Because again, it makes perfect sense. It's perfectly clear.
Right there.
It's,
This guy.
yeah.
He's holding the reins.
He's not whipping anybody. Even if he was, my guess is even if he was trying to, I don't think he would have reached him.
No, he can't reach that guy.
That's what I'm saying. Even if
Like-
he leaned and with the horse moving and the guy, I don't think he could have reached him.
Like if you just see the reach is barely as long as his arm. And
Yeah.
that guy, specifically in this picture that he's looking at, the guy is I'd say roughly a body length away.
At least. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even with the extension of the road, it's nah.
No, it's not enough.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
enough. It's just not. It's not enough.
Let's see.
It's not enough.
Sweatimus Prime over on Twitter at DOA Sure. Surely it's just a cool. Oh, I already read that one.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
don't
yeah.
call us Shirley, by the way.
Yeah,
Just so we're clear.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call us Shirley.
that's very true.
It's not.
Thank
It's
you.
going to work.
Thank you.
Oblivion Flickering. Okay, the facility at Gitmo only has 2 bunk beds, but they can be stacked 10,000 beds high.
Right. Right.
And the best part is we're going to turn around and put a P at the bottom of it and see if you can feel it.
That'd be the best. So what was Prime over there at Dylan Lyles? 2024 mile-wide minefield at the southern border. Yeet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've expressed my suggestion for the border,
Many times.
and I like it. I think it's
I'm
fantastic.
not upset about it, honestly.
No, but
Not upset.
obviously you can't get everybody to side with that. However,
It's not on board.
I think if
But
you,
the second option is pretty good too. The one that you just
I
talked
really
about.
like the second option. Now you're not going to
refugee
get
camp
You're
thing.
not going to get Mexico to do it.
No, because they would never.
You're not going to get Mexico to do it. So-
Because they have to share taxes, and why would they do that?
well, because if we do it the other way, then we get all of it.
I mean, right.
I'm just saying.
Right. It's very true. Yeah. So, a contingent of Republican lawmakers in the House of Representatives introduced 3 articles of impeachment.
Just 3.
3 articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden this week, citing the president's failed handling of the crisis of the southern border, his attempt to extend the federal moratorium on evictions, and his bungled military withdrawal from Afghanistan. 3.
The border. Okay.
Yep, the border,
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Afghanistan.
His attempt to extend the federal moratoriums on evictions.
Yeah.
That's where
That's-
you're going to hang your hat on.
Yeah, that's the straw.
Afghanistan and the border.
Border, I gotcha.
I'm totally with you.
25th Amendment.
Yeah, I was going to say the fact that
Not there? Why is
He's-
it not there? Why
he-
is that not there?
well, because actually doing the 5th Amendment or 25th is a little bit different. Like that's not impeachment, that's full removal.
yeah, I know.
Impeachment is not full removal. That's why they can't do the 25th Amendment because
Right.
that's a separate.
Well, I mean, you might as well
thing.
throw that in there, is what I'm saying.
Because there's no way. You want to set that precedent of being a part of the party?
I'm saying, no, hold on.
It
hold
wouldn't
on.
happen.
Hold on. First of all, it has been used.
On who?
I don't remember right now, but it has been used. Secondly, he actually deserves it.
No, I agree.
He deserves it.
You'll never get it done.
I know. But he deserves it. Like if you were able to prove it, which you should be able to prove it because, well, it's pretty obvious.
When I mean the proof is in the video of him. I'm sorry. I'm constantly reminded of it every day at work because again, the guys love the saying when the president of the United States is walking up to a bunch of reporters and the reporter asks something about the southern border and his response is, "Well, I got my butt wiped." Sir, that's the wrong
That's
southern
not-
border. We're not talking about that southern border.
That's the wrong crack. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not. That's
not
the wrong
talking
river.
about that one. That's
Yeah.
not.
So, Ohio's Representative Bob Gibbs first introduced the articles on Tuesday and was later joined by Representative Andy Biggs.
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs and Biggs. It's just an inverse of the letters.
Okay.
Which is weird to me. Of Arizona, and Brian Babin of Texas, and Randy Weber, also of Texas, who co-signed as sponsors. The articles have no chance of advancing at all
Sadly.
in the Democrat-controlled House, and likely won't attract much media attention at all. But Gibbs insists that the effort is genuine and hopes the resolution will at least send a statement to the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, I take this seriously. I don't think this is haphazard. I'm not trying to get media attention for myself. He's done so much damage to this country in less than 9 months, which is really scary. That's what Gibbs told the Examiner in an interview.
Okay.
Continuing on. He's not capable of being commander-in-chief, and that's obvious by his actions since day one when he took the presidency back in January. Maybe something like this makes the White House think twice about before they do anything else.
Okay. From what I'm looking, sorry, I'm off on a different thing.
You're good.
Apparently, some presidents and their vice presidents took it upon themselves to draft agreements, blah, blah, blah. From what I'm seeing, it was apparently used on Ford.
Yeah, Gerald Ford, there you go.
Gerald Ford, Michigan, to fill a vacancy left by vice president. So they did it against a vice president,
Yeah.
but it was a resignation. I got to read
Yeah,
the 25th again.
they were going to do
And
the
they
25th,
did it.
but he resigned.
And it was again when Nixon.
Yeah. It was the Nixon thing, Gerald Ford, boom.
Gotcha.
They were trying to get rid of. You're not fit.
Yeah.
Any who?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So okay, so it has been used, but it has. But see, they always say it's been resigned. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're coming at you with the 25th Amendment, you don't get to resign. You've been removed. Like, I hate when they do that.
Yeah, but when you're being removed, I mean, it's
I know semantics and stupidity. I got it. I just
right. It's just that's exactly what it is.
But yeah, they're not. None of this is going to fly.
No.
There's no way on God's green earth that they're going to be able to, even if they were successful. Let's just
Even if it passed the House.
Even if it
got into the House.
Let's say it made it. Let's say it got impeached. What
Right.
does it do?
It puts Kamala Harris in.
No, it doesn't. Look what happened with Clinton when he was impeached. Not a damn thing. He still.
Oh, that's because he got impeached but didn't get he didn't.
Yeah,
get
he was still there. They tried doing it to Trump. Nothing
3
happened.
times.
Nothing happened. Even if they were successful, nothing could have happened. Even if they were able to do it against him, Biden now, nothing is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do anything. Okay.
For impeachment to actually do something, they have to remove him.
Here's the thing. We've got to stop expecting and waiting for the government to
Fix the government. Yeah.
If we want this stuff changed, it's on us. It is beholden to us. It is our duty, it is our responsibility
It is.
to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
I mean,
They can
it's it.
They can do all the impeachments they want to. They can do the 25th Amendment. They can do whatever they want to. It's not going to do anything because all it is pomp and circumstance. Now, I'm not saying that
It's show.
I'm not saying that the Republicans that have thrown out there, the GOP, that these guys, I fervently believe that they believe what they're doing and they want to make a difference and they're trying to make a difference. I'm not trying to poo-poo that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they're still part of it.
Yep.
They're just as messed up in some of it as well. Maybe not to the exact level, but they're still in it.
Yeah, they're in it to win it, you might say.
Yeah. There are only a lot of them do this kind of stuff just because, isn't it kind of convenient? I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we've got necessarily time to look. We might. I wonder how many of those guys that brought the bill up, Gibbs and Bibbs and whatever it is, how many of those guys are up for re-election next year?
That's a good question. We'll have to look at that. But before we do, I think we've got something here.
We do?
I think you've got something right over there.
I do. Oh, that's right.
That we need to, in taking responsibility, this is kind of how we have to be.
No, Mama.
There's no hope for him now, Travis. He's suffering. You know we've got to do it.
I know, Mama. He was my dog. I'll do it.
This is what the GOP is?
That's what, yeah. Well, no, it's not just the GOP. This is America. This is my dog. I'll do it.
against no, leave it. This might as well run it out to the end. Just tearing up. So sad. That old gun
pull that trigger.
It's not going to do anything.
I know.
Sorry, Travis, you're firing blanks, sir. The President of the United States is not going anywhere. Say it. Anyway, that's a good way to end it, I guess.
I think it could be.
I guess.
Maybe we'll get to this tomorrow.
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? In the meantime, go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee. And not just coffee, by the way. There's also teas and chocolates and coffee drops and so many other good things over there. Historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. The world is going to hell, but at least you can have a good cup of coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Also go to Mojo50.com. That's where you're going to find everybody on the Mojo50 Radio Network, all the hosts and shows and everything else, even the schedules. Gadgets, gizmos, shirts, hats, all the rest of it over there at the Mojo50.com. They have it live 24/7 on iHeartRadio. If you hit the Mojo50 radio button, you get free speech. Libertarian talk 24/7.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. That is doaeshow.com. Check out the archives and the shop. Become a defender with us. If you've got an existential quandary that you need to have answered, go to the Dear Defenders right there at the top of the page at doaeshow.com. Follow us on all the social medias at DOA Show. Share and like and all that fun jazz and subscribe. And we will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.